One website that I absolutely love is Flipgrid. You can use this as an app. You can use it on a Chromebook, on a smartphone, on a tablet, on your computer. Lots of different ways to access this. So we're going to log in as an educator login. You can also sign up. You can sign in instantly using Google. You can sign in with Microsoft. You can sign up the old-fashioned way, creating a username and a password. So I have this grid that when you click on it, it has all of my topics. So let's create a new grid. And we're going to just test grid. And grid types makes it easy for you to control who joins. So you can say where they have to join using their Microsoft or their Google. You can create an ID for your students, or you make it public so that anyone can join. So that's a great way. Making it public is a great way for you to collaborate with other teachers and other districts really around the world. You can have a teacher in another state or another county, or however you choose to create Flipgrid as well. And then you can share topics so that your students can collaborate with students in other classrooms to help give them a broad cultural view for different areas. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to make it where they sign in with their email. And then you can have a custom code. I'm just going to pick the one that it gives me. Not a big deal. And then the school email is already there. If the students have an email different from yours, like for our county, teachers end in @pierce.k12.ga.us. Our students end the same way. But maybe in your county, maybe you have a different way that the student's email ends compared to the teacher email. So you might have to add that on there. So we're going to click next. And now I can share this to Google Classroom. I can, let's see, I have a fake account that I test stuff on. So I can just make an announcement saying, hey, this is our Flipgrid. Check out our new grid. And so then all my students would get that. There's no students in that classroom, so that doesn't matter. So now, let's go back. Because we see that it's there now. So now we can click on the new grid. And students would just sign in with their Google account. So for this, we've shared it to Google Classroom. If you use Remind, you can send it out on Remind. Our district uses Living Tree, so I can copy the link and post it on Living Tree. So let's go to the grid. Now that we're on the grid, we'll just do this say hello on Flipgrid. You can add a new topic. You can use this one that's already here for you. So let's do test intro. So you can change it. Right now it's automatically set for 1 minute and 30 seconds. But you can go all the way up to 10 minutes. You can do as little as 15 seconds. Wouldn't recommend it. There's not a whole lot you can do in 15 seconds. But, you know, if you wanted them to do a book project, if you wanted them to talk about a political figure, if you wanted them to discuss different biomes, if you wanted them to explain how to tell the difference between experimental and theoretical probabilities, all different kinds of concepts. You can have them read a story and discuss the theme. You can have them read a cold read and find the different figurative language that's in there. Lots of different ways. You can use this for any subject. So set it for what you deem is appropriate. If they're just solving a problem, maybe they only need 2 minutes. If they're doing a book talk, maybe they need 10 minutes. So set your timer. And then add a question or stimulus text. This is where you can put a paragraph for them to read. This is where you can put a problem for them to solve. You can put a link to a topic somewhere else that you might have. So, discuss the theme of the cold read on Google Classroom. So now I would have an assignment posted on Google Classroom that says, read this cold read, and then click on the Flipgrid and discuss the theme of this cold read, whatever. And so here, add a media or resource to engage your students. So the kids really like when you use GIFs. So we're going to just use Anna. But you can have something that pertains to your topic. If your cold read is on something specific, you can look up that specific cold read. If you're talking about biomes, you can have a YouTube link to a biome introduction, something like that. And so now you can create more options and have a topic tip, so something to help your students, remind them what theme is, remind them what different biomes you have discussed in class, remind them the rules for integers if you have them solving a problem, some kind of topic tip. You don't have to use that, it's optional. You can also attach external links. So if you have a Google Doc that's teaching them about this topic, you could link that here. So lots of different features that you can choose to turn on, to turn off. You can have them like other students' videos. You can have them give feedback. You can do custom feedback, all different kinds of settings that you can change. So now we're all set. So again, you can share it on Google Classroom. You can copy the link. You can display it on your board. Lots of different ways that the students can do this. Then when the students log on, they're going to go straight to this grid and they're going to click record a response. So we're going to turn this on. So they're going to click on this green button and then it will record their video and they'll upload it. Then once the students have finished, this is what you will see as the teacher. So you can see I went back to one of my Flipgrids that I've already used, and I can go in here and see all of these different videos that my students have already uploaded. So now I can watch them. It'll play their video. I can leave comments. I can record feedback with me videoing myself. I can edit it. I can share it if I want to send it to their parents. I can spark the video. If you spark a video, it'll create a topic using the student's video. So let's say this student did a really good job and we want to talk about what they did that was really good. So then we can start a new topic and now other students can record underneath this new topic. Let's say they worked out a math problem incorrectly and we want to start a topic that says, okay, let's explain to them how they did this wrong and how they can fix it. So there's lots of cool features on Flipgrid. I recommend you download it, check it out, use it. It's a great resource. It's free. And the kids really enjoy it because it gives the students a voice. It's an opportunity for them to speak. A lot of times when you have a class of 30, it's hard to hear everyone's voice in a day. So using this is a great way for you to be able to hear all of your students' voices, even when you may not have that time in class.